This is the Artist Way Week 4, and all I have to say is this is the farthest I've ever gotten in all 100 times I have tried this process. That definitely deserves an applause. This week is all about recovering a sense of integrity. I'll get straight into it. As soon as the chapter started, I was annoyed, because why on earth are we still talking about these morning pages? I obviously have personal beef with that part of this journey, and I wasn't expecting to have nearly a full chapter about the morning pages now that we're 4 weeks in, but here we are. It's almost like Julia knew at this point that I wasn't doing them. She knew. How'd she know? Those were my immediate first thoughts, but as soon as I got into the actual chapter, I gave it a chance. I read the whole thing. As soon as I got into it, it definitely dragged me. It let me know why I'm so averse to doing the morning pages. Doing morning pages, dumping everything out of your brain first thing in the morning, 3 whole pages, stream of consciousness, no extra thought put into it, no self-editing. That forces you to confront like extreme emotions and confront things that you know about yourself deep down, but you wouldn't necessarily arrive at immediately, or you'll convince yourself of something different. For me, I know that has a lot to do with my work, the type of work that I do, the specific aspects of my industry or my work that I choose to do that I know I'm not really excited about. They don't make me want to jump out of bed every morning. Those are things I don't want to confront because those are things that make me money. Not that everything else doesn't, but I never feel like I'm in a position to let go of certain aspects of my career when it's making money. I found myself confronting habits that I just don't want to let go of, the whole nine. And yes, it makes me not want to do the morning pages. Spot on. She was right. I have my notes here because I was taking it seriously. One thing I wrote down is, this is a paraphrase. It's not directly from the book, but this is my version of what was said. You leave no room for new clothes in a closet full of BS. Accurate. So if I go ahead and purge said closet, I then leave room for uncovering a deeper understanding of myself, a deeper understanding of my dreams, what it is I really want to do, and basically giving myself permission or making a promise to myself and my creator. You know, the book is heavily religious, but making a promise to myself and my creator that I will choose to operate in my authentic self. So while I was annoyed by what this chapter seemed to be about, it makes sense, and I'm now feeling a little more committed to actually doing these morning pages 7 days a week. I hope. Knowing me, I have to treat it as some kind of challenge, like a 75 hard of sorts, and I need to put a reward at the end of it, because that's the only way I'm going to get it done. But I'm feeling more likely to commit to 7 days a week, 3 pages, no BS. Anyway, we reached a point where I'm ready to do my artist date, and one of the earlier tasks in the chapter was called the Buried Dreams exercise, where you're basically creating multiple lists of 5 things, and one of those lists was 5 courses that you find interesting. And as a result, I decided for my artist date this week, I'm actually going to go ahead and take a skillshare course, and this video happens to be sponsored by Skillshare. Let's go grab a snack and have our date. Skillshare is a platform that offers creative classes for hobbyists, creative professionals, and everyone in between. As a forever student myself, this is definitely my favorite place to go learn various skills, strategies, and systems from world-class creatives. So today, I am taking a Phyllis sketchbook class because I want to develop my drawing skills, and I love that I'll be able to take this at my own pace because you know I need the flexibility. For the rest of November, Skillshare is offering a 30-day free trial along with 20% off your first year of membership. So check out the link in my description. Okay, so I did about an hour of that class. Obviously, I'm going to finish the whole thing, but I only had time for an hour for my artist date today, which sucks. I also wanted to do it somewhere else, but the elevators in my building are down, and I live on a higher floor. So the wait times, it just wasn't conducive to the amount of time I had. So this is my second artist date in a row at home. We'll have to get out for the next X amount of weeks because we don't need to be in here. I know it's getting cool out. That has nothing to do with me getting outside. Here's what I did with my hour in my sketchbook. I'm excited to get back into this. I'm not gonna wait for my next artist date to continue. I plan on finishing that course this week and then going on to whatever my next course is. But I do wanna come back to this because I wanna do more character faces in watercolor, color pencil, all those things. She gets more in depth in stylizing and figuring out how to do like cool expressions and all that stuff later in the course. So I'm excited for that. But right now we did the basics, basically just placing the features where they go on the face. I think I did a decent job. I definitely need more practice. But this is better than I've done in the past. I'm really excited about it. I'm generally excited in this process about having a sketchbook that I'm actually filling up. I used to be way more into my sketchbook before. I don't know what happened. I ultimately think I stopped doing it, and this is something that came up in my morning pages. So once again, Julia was right. But I think I stopped doing it because I started to feel like there was no time for me to exist in that book, because that sketchbook also held sketches for work, like logo design ideas for like client work and things like that, things that I was getting paid for. Every time I opened that book, it felt like there was no room for me to then like waste time doing things for my own enjoyment, if that makes sense. Like any leisure stuff, if I open that book, it was like, no, it's time to get to work. This sketchbook I showed y'all from a couple weeks ago, I think. This is inside of my traveler's notebook. It's one of the books inside my traveler's notebook, completely separate from what I use for work, and it has been helping me a lot. And I'm just excited to get in here every single time. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of the assignments for this week and wrap this week up, and I will check in with y'all tomorrow. I am like genuinely excited right now to have made it to the end of week 4. We're officially a third of the way through. Amen. In this time, I have also perfected my latte recipe. Yes, thank you. If you hear my dryer in the back, my bad. One of the side effects of this whole process is being extremely productive, more productive than I want to be. Anyway, a lot of the tasks and assignments from this week were things that I want to sit with or give it time to develop into the following week, and we'll review it then because I feel like it'll have more of an impact then. But I will go over one of them with you, my ideal environment. The very first task that was here this week was environment. Describe your ideal environment: town, country, swank, cozy. 1 paragraph, 1 image drawn or clipped that conveys this. What's your favorite season? Why? Go through some magazines and find an image of this, or draw it, place it near your working area. So I did a mood board. That's how I started, and then I selected 1 image out of all of them that I felt like kind of gathered what that was. But to describe it, I think y'all already know this if you know me well enough. Cozy, warm, ambient lighting, artwork in the room, you know, is definitely cozy. Lots of pillows, lots of blankets, the candles. Fall is my favorite season. We all know that. I am partial to warm colors, warm feelings. I love environments where I can get hearty meals, cozy snacks, warm drinks, all that type of stuff. You get it. So that's what I came up with. This is something that I enjoy doing because I did talk about my bedroom in the last week and how I wanted to create that, or how I hadn't created that kind of space for myself. And so ultimately I was describing how I would like to transform my bedroom, which is a greater task than I would like to do at the moment, but I think it's just important, and the book is asking me to do it, so I gotta do it. And I'm hoping to be able to get it done by like week 8. If we're going into week 5, week 8 sounds reasonable. I don't know, but it does say on here, this is one of the things I was saying, how it would take me longer to see the impact of these tasks. But the 4th thing on here was environment. Look at your house. Is there any room that you can make into a secret private space for yourself? Convert the TV room, build a screen, or hang a sheet. I live in an apartment. They're asking for too much. This is your dream area. It should be decorated for fun and not as an office. All you really need is a chair or pillow, something to write on, some kind of little altar area for flowers and candles. This is to help you center on the fact that creativity is a spiritual, not an ego issue. One, obviously, my space is my space. We only got but so much square feet. But also, you know, my main living area is open, and my office is like it's like a focal point of my apartment, my office area. This is my creative space, but not my dream space. It's completely optimized to film, to design, to do a couple of my hobbies, but it's not my dream space. So my bedroom is gonna be that place. My bedroom is already really sacred and personal. That's why we barely go in there together. We rarely go in my room together. I don't even let guests, when they come to my house, I don't even let them go in my bedroom. As a matter of fact, when I was looking for apartments, I noticed that a lot of apartments, the bathroom was connected through the bedroom, and that it was just one entry, one exit, and it was through the bedroom. That was an absolute requirement for me. It was like number one on my list. The bathroom had to have 2 entry points, because there was no way in hell I was letting people walk through my bedroom. I don't know how y'all do it. From this week, ultimately, that is one thing I'm really excited about, to have that like project on my plate. And that's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And then my second thing is the recommitment to these morning pages. When I see you in the week 5 video, I'm claiming it now. I would have done all 3 pages, all 7 days, every morning. I'm claiming it. Anyway, this one was a short one. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Y'all check out that deal in the description. You won't regret it. I love Skillshare, trust me. And in the comments, you can let me know 1 or 2 things, since I had my 2 favorite things that happened this week. One, if you have some sort of journaling practice, or if you're doing this process and you're doing morning pages or anything of that nature, what is something that helps you stay in the practice? How do you romanticize it? If it's the result of the journaling that motivates you to continue to journal, what is that result that you look forward to? Or the second thing would be, what is your dream space in your home? Do you have a dedicated space? If not, what would you transform to create your dedicated space? And I will see you in the next video. Bye.